percentages, and it's with you. Not only percentages, but several months that you've been learning. I'm always been the one that is taking through them. And I'm always glad for all your participation through all those areas that you've always covered. So I want to appreciate each one and every one of you. We have just started. We have several parts to cover. Like, for example, we shall cover the percentages, we shall cover the algebra, we shall cover the measurements, we shall cover about the multiplication of numbers. Apart from multiplication of numbers and other things, we shall also cover about the geometry part and also the calculus. So all those are things that are aligned for us to do. So about maths is an easy subject, is a nice subject that whenever you do practice, at least you'll always get good grades. You always check yourself improving over time. So the idea about maths is just to practice. Make sure you at least work out 1 or 2 sums a day. In our channel, I'll always be uploading to you every other question each and every day, so that you might get time to go through them. You might also get time to cover them. So it's a very easy subject. Remember, even the course that you want to do, there's always maths is always there. So you always be asked, how did you perform in maths, even when you are at the college? So you'll always be able to respond this question broadly when you are bold that I had performed in maths this way, and that's why I'm qualified for such a course. Reason because of you doing maths each and every time. So whenever you see us uploading any of our content, just feel happy. Click through the content and get to learn what it is all about. Okay, the reason as to why we are in this live right now is that I want us to learn about something about percentages. Now, what is a percent? A percent is something that is a number that the denominator is always out of 100. Anything that the denominator is out of 100 is what is called a percent. So a percent adds up to 100. So when you're giving out the percentage, first you have to check. Like, you can be asked to change that percentage into a fraction. You can always be asked to change it into a decimal. Those ones are very easy things whenever you are given. If in any case you are asked you are given a number, like let's say you're given 5%, then you are asked change this 5% into a fraction. What have we said what a percentage is? We have said that a percentage is a number that the denominator is out of 100. That is it. So if you're given 5% and you're asked to change it into a fraction, you're just going to put that 5 out of 100. Then from there you simplify. Then you shall get the correct answer. And how are you going to do that? You are going to check the number that goes between 5 and 100. And 5 is the only number. So find 5 goes into 5 once, and 100 is 20. So the answer there should be 1 out of 20. So percentage is just a simple mathematics that you don't have to worry about. You have to just practice them each and every time. And it is not only the percentage that we shall cover very other areas, but I've just begun with the percentage. Okay, so apart from converting the percentage into fraction, there are other things that you can also enjoy. Like, for example, you can be asked to do what? To convert that percentage into a decimal. Now, into a decimal is a very easy thing. We are still with our example, that is 5%. Now you are asked to change now from the fraction to a decimal. You know very well that a percentage, I'm still repeating, is a number that the denominator is 100. So it is 5%, it is 5 out of 100. So when you convert it into a decimal, it should be That 5, how many 100, how many 100 has how many zeros? We understand that 100 has 2 zeros. So you are going to move 2 steps towards the left. And what shall be the answer? The answer shall be 0.05. And you find some students are failing such a math, such a question. And in this channel, I want to people to be hold of it, check it each and every day. We shall always be covering very easy things and make maths be one of the lovable subjects so that you can always improve on it. Okay, so not only that, you can be asked to change percentage into a fraction, changing percentage into a decimal, but you can also be asked simple maths, like for example you could an example you can be asked like 20% of 50. What is 20% of 50? 20% of 50, whenever you see something called percent, whenever you see percent, you put it out of 100. So 20% of 50, you're going to put 20 over 100 times 50. Then you shall always get the answer, and you're going to work it out in the simplest way possible. And the answer shall be 10. Those who are at far with me, I want to believe that you're with me, and I believe that you also got the answer as 10. Now, so like now you are asked, what is 30% of 50? Just put it 30 out of 100 times 50. Then you shall get the answer. The other question shall say, what is 80%? What is 80% of what? Of 50. Just put the number 80 out of 100 times 50. Then you shall get the answer. I want us to work that one out, all of us together. What is, let me give you this one. What is 90% of 20? Calculate that one for me. 90% of 20. 90% of 20, you just put 90 out of 100 multiplied by 20. And you get the answer as 18. Answer is 18. Very simple about that. So those ones are the 3 types of percentages that you can be asked. One, changing the percentage into a fraction. The other one you can be asked changing the percentage into a decimal. Then the other one you can be asked changing the percentage into the other number. Like you can be asked what is 20% of 100. Now, at times the number cannot just be 1. You can be asked what is 20% of 10% of 100%. Those ones shall not give you problem. What is 20%? What is 20% of 30% of 800? I'm repeating. What is 20% of 30% of 800? So if in that case, what do? You just put the number percentages, just put them out of 100. Then those who are with me, I believe you've got the correct answer. So 20% of 30% of 800, you just put out of 100, then you shall always get the correct answer with you. So percentage of the easiest sum that I believe all of us can get, and all of us are in a position to get. I want us to give you some of the questions if you really understand what I've talked about. What is 30% of 30% of 30? Hello guys, I want us to work this together. Let me check the answer from the comment section. What is 30% of 30% of 30? I know you are very nice people who has given us the answer. What is 20% of 30% of 30? I've said that any number that you've checked, it is percent, just put it out of 100. Then from there, you are able to get the correct answer. So what is 30% of 30% of 30? Let me check the comment section. Anyone who has got it right? Okay. So 30%, that is 30 out of 100, times again 30% is 30 out of 100, times again 30. and the answer shall be, I know you've got the answer as 2.7, correct? 2.7 is the answer, and you are very, very bright students. I want us to learn everything about percentage today. The other question, maybe you can try it later on, you just have to write it somewhere. What is 40% of 10% of 800? What is 40% of 10% of 800? What do? Just put it 40 as usual over 100 because it is percent. Then you multiply by 10 out of 100 because it is also percentage times 800. And if you are going to work it out, maybe I believe you are going to get the answer as 32. As 32. Higher. I want us to give you now a very different one that is still percentage. What percent of 80 is 32? What percent of 80 is 32? What percent of 80 is 32? What are you going to do here? What percent of 80 is 32? This question has always been a problem to most students. What percentage of 80 is 32? And I believe in maths, all of us are learning, whether you finished school long time ago, whether you are still in school, we are still learning so that at least to get some knowledge in maths. What percent of 80 is 32? From the comment section, let me check those who are through with the question. Okay, let's proceed. So you are going to put that 32 because the answer is 32. 32 out of 80 times 100%. And I believe you've got your answer as 40. I believe you got your answer as 40. What percentage of 80 is 32? I believe you are there with your pen and you are able to write the correct answer. What percentage of 80 is 32? So what the answer that the number after 80 is 32. The number after 80 is 32. So we are going to put 32. That 80 shall be the denominator. 80 shall be the denominator. So we shall have 32 out of 80 times 100%. So that shall always lead us to the correct answer, which is 40. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that math is always a very simple subject. Even when you're walking along the road, you're talking about maths. Even when you're operating a shop, you're talking about maths. Even when you are walking, you're talking about maths. Because walking is all about the distance that you've covered. If I move from point A to point B, how many distance shall I cover? And what is the time that I'm going to take to cover that particular distance? So that is always revolves around maths. So it is always one of the simplest subject. Maths is all about the real life problems, the real life issues. How are you going to solve the real life problems? How are you going to solve the real life issues? By doing maths each and every day. Now, today we are just learning about percentage. How does percentage help us in maths? Percentage help us in knowing a given population in a particular area. Like, what's the population? Like if for example, there's a population in a given area, maybe country A, so what percentage is made up of male? And what percentage is made up of female? That is the application of percentages in maths. And maths help us in dealing with several life problems. Not only in percentage, not only in given population, but percentages also helps us maybe in working out the statistics. Statistics can be dealing with data. We do what? We introduce the percentages. So what I'm trying to advise us is that let us have the mentality of maths. Let us even when you are outside there, tell your younger brothers and sisters that this subject is all about dealing with the real life issues. Let them not feel like they're giving up. Inform them to come and subscribe to this channel. This channel majorly deals with maths, and we always upload our contents each and every day so that when we come together, we learn together, we build things together, so that at least we do what we come to know one or two things about maths. So I will always be live each and every time, and I will always be having something to share with you. Like maybe one thing that that I want us to do as we wind up this session is maybe we try this. We are talking about percentage. If maybe I don't want you guys to forget, what is 6% of 107? What is 6% of 107? What is 6% of 107? Anyone who has got the correct answer? I'm checking. Muhammad, are you still there? What is 6% of 107? If you get the answer, just type. Okay, 6% of 107. Those who are joining us, karibu sana, you're welcome. You're welcome, those who are joining us. As usual, this one is the math billionaire. So 6% of 107, it is 6 out of 100. I've said that any number, percentage is a denominator. So 6% of 100, that 6 is 100 times 107. And I know your answer is 6.42. 6.42. I know is your answer. So, guys, I want us to, maybe if you have any questions, you shall always text, comment, so that I shall address them before we end this session. There is a session that we shall have in 2 hours time from now, so keep time. There is another session. We shall talk about things to do with multiplication and algebra. If in any case you need us to talk about something, just write down there which type of area do you want us to cover, because maybe I will be covering an area that most of you know. So it is good to inform me that, please, Maths Billionaire, here we have a problem, or in this area my younger brother or sister has a problem. Please, may you assist me doing what? Go through it, and I'll be able to go through it. Because you might find me exhausting an area where all of us know in maths. And I want all of us, at the end of the day, we all excel. If we are done with school, we can always do some courses related to maths. If we are still in school, we shall always do courses in maths. Then another one, if we are still in school, we want to improve our maths grade. That's why this channel is here for all of us. So I want us to stop there. There's another live that we shall have in 2 hours time from now. So we shall talk about the multiplication part, some of the challenges that students face in multiplication. Otherwise, I want to stop there, take a break. We thank you for coming, and we shall proceed from there. Bye bye for now. See you. So remember to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.